know we're a little early today with our meeting time, but under the circumstances of all the activities that are happening today for Weimar, it's just want to make sure we're able to accommodate and everyone to be able to be a part of that. I'm going to do a little bit on common because our next agenda item is number 4, City Manager's Report. We are honored to have someone here today. It's Senator Joan Huffman, and I've asked her to, well, she came over earlier to make a proclamation presentation to the City of Weimar, and I asked her if she would just step in and say hi to council during our council meeting. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce our Senator Joan Huffman.
I know you've got a crowd here, and I know you have a very busy agenda, so I'll just take this opportunity to say thank you all for the work that you do for Weimar. I don't know, see a lot of your constituents here. They may not realize that public service is actually a lot of work with not necessarily a lot of payment, not necessarily a lot of thanks either. So from the state perspective, we appreciate very much because the local elected officials, you're closest to our constituents. We all represent the same folks, right? We all care about them. We want the best for them. And we do best when we all work together, local officials, state officials, and national officials. We can make that happen. It doesn't happen very often. But we are honored to be here. Want you to know, reach out to you to know that I'll do whatever I can to help you in any way. You know, I can see, I represent several counties, Colorado County being one of them, and parts of Houston, and Fort Bend and Waller, and I see the growth, and it is coming. That's my warning to you is in the 20 years I've been coming out here and all the time I spent in the suburbs watching things grow, you know, it's coming. And so my hope would be that as you look forward, you know, it's always a challenge to keep the beauty of the country and the small town feeling and the warmth, but be prepared for, you know, the growth that comes with it, whether it's industry, new folks, and we want to keep Weimar the town that it is and we all love. So thank you for being here. Thanks for the work you do. And thanks for letting me say hello, and I'll let y'all get to work.
Thank you.
Thank you. So before you leave.
Yes. Oh, that's so sweet. Makes me happy.
Well, I just want you to know that thank you for coming to Weimar.
Okay.
And the key to the city means that the doors are always open.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, yes.
He has to go.
You want me to come up?
No, you can go here. And they can maybe get on that side.
All one's in the back.
Pardon?
All one's in the back.
Whichever way. Do we need, do you want to stand on that side and we'll go this way? Yes, I think that would get that way more pictures.
There we go.
That looks a lot better, thank you. If we could get a little bit more space in that side.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Y'all have a great evening.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
I will. Be careful. Your longer journey.
Becky. Becky. Could you turn that hair down?
Oh, you're asking down?
Yes.
I'll touch this one.
Okay.
What do you want it on?
I think it was on 72, so
It was.
70 something.
But it may be 61.
I have it on 70 for now. If y'all get hot, let me know. Or too cold, let me know.
Okay, now we'll go back to normal. And just wanted to make sure she knew how welcome we have her to come to Weimar, and a pleasure to have her here. So we'll go to agenda item number 4, City Manager's Report, Public Works, or I'll let you go, Phyllis.
We have 3, but the new employees are not here.
Okay.
They weren't able to be here,
I
so.
think somebody told me that, so that's why I jumped.
Okay. I just wanted to let y'all know that the Facebook page has been set up, and if y'all get a chance, go and check it out.
You want to tell them what it is,
What?
the site?
Well, Becky, Danny's gonna put it on our website, and they can pick it up from
Sort of
there.
actual-
But it's City of Weimar, Texas. That's what you can look for. The fall cleanup report is attached to the report. And this year, it was a little lower in the fall than it was in the spring. And overall, for the year, it was lower. Last year, it was 187,000 pounds. This year, it was 120,53. So, just information. The sidewalk at the gazebo has been completed last week, and the crew's working to get the area cleaned up. We met with the contractor on the North St. Andrews today, the CDBG work, and we discussed the status of the program, and we'll be getting a brief from the engineer on there's going to have to be some changes done. So we'll have that on the agenda for the January meeting. The contractor was ready to come, but there's some issues they're going to be hitting water lines and things, and we're going to have to make some changes. So that'll be up on the next agenda. And that's all I have.
Okay. You, Jason, Public Works?
Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm not used to that.
Jason, just for you, look. He just looked at it and smiled. There you go.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. In the packet is my report. If there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Jason, can you highlight just something or some of them, because the folks in the audience don't actually have this in their hand. So if there's anything that you might want to update the citizens on?
Actually, we had our results come back from Water Plant 3 for well 4 and well 8. In the packet is those results from the testing for the iron and manganese in the water. After talking to them and reading their recommendation, we decided to go ahead and move forward with that. So we will be adding polyphosphate to the water here soon.
And how is that done?
So pretty much we're going to have an injector put into our wellhead, and there's going to be a tank sitting outside of it, and it's going to be pumped into the well through a LMI pump, and that's how we're going to start feeding polyphosphate into the water.
And that's gonna help clean out the black or brown water?
It's going to sequester the water. Polyphosphate provides a coating inside metal lines, iron lines. It's going to keep it from breaking off inside, mixing in with the water.
Any update on that water leak on the railroad tracks?
I don't have an update on that right now.
Anybody else? Jason, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Yes, the chief.
afternoon again, Mayor and members of council. Pretty excited to be here with you again, and I wanted to, just before I get started, introduce my wife.
Oh,
Stephanie is here Stephanie Jamison, to celebrate with us tonight. You
we'll give you a
have
key
the-
next week.
She has plenty of keys.
Oh,
She has plenty of keys. You have the council brief in front of you. If there's any questions, and I know that you would like me to probably go over it with the public,
whatever you can.
but I can briefly go through it. We had 124 calls for service, 31 traffic stops, and 3 arrests. It looks like the main number of calls that we had were 6 motor vehicle accidents, 6 disturbances, and only one of those was a family violence situation. About 6 suspicious vehicles or suspicious activity calls that the officers handled, and then 5 animal calls. So, but if it's all right with y'all, I would like to do a little bit different of a presentation. I don't know how these things have been done in the past, but police commendations are a big thing in the police world. And where I come from, they are. And I don't know whether they have been here or not, but that's irrelevant. From here forward, we will be doing them. And tonight I have the opportunity and the honor to give my first police commendation. So I'm going to ask Officer Keith Yanis to join me at the podium. And I'll read this to you if it would be all right. And we'll do the presentation of the... On November 25th of 2023, Officer Keith Yanis displayed extraordinary and heroic action during the recent house fire at 303 South Mechanic. Officer Yanis exhibited exceptional courage, quick thinking, and selflessness, ultimately contributing to saving the lives and minimizing the impact of this tragic event. Upon arriving at the scene, Officer Yanis demonstrated remarkable composure and decisiveness. He fearlessly entered the burning building, risking his own life to ensure the prompt evacuation of the residents. His swift and effective response played a pivotal role in preventing further harm and loss of life. Officer Yanis' dedication to duty and exemplary performance in the face of a life-threatening situation reflects great credit upon himself and the entire police department. His actions embody the highest ideals of public service and underscore his commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of the community. Today, the Weimar Police Department takes great pride in presenting you with this life-saving award and commends you for your exceptional bravery and professionalism under pressure and dedication that you show the citizens of Weimar. And by the way, that was written by Sergeant Jones, so I don't get the credit, he does. So just so you know. And in addition to the plaque that Officer Yanis will get, he will also be given a life-saving commendation pin. So when we start sporting the new uniforms, he'll be able to display that for the rest of the public to see. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll answer any questions that you might have. Otherwise, I'm done. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Jonathan?
Best you can.
Evening, Mayor, Council. You'll have my packet. Everything's kind of been the same. It's kind of slow right now. Projects are the same. So, y'all have any concerns or questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you.
Good money?
Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Misty?
Just a little bit. Mayor, council, how are y'all?
Good evening.
All right. So we got our numbers here. We've been slowing down for November. I think everybody ran away for Thanksgiving. So hoping for December, we get a little bit more action. For audiobooks, we had 82, right?
Yep.
82. And then for our ebooks is 72. That's online. It's when our patrons get to use the Libby app on their computers or their phones, their laptops, or whatever they need to use to read their ebooks or listen to them on there. And then I have the graph for circulation. We have 16,963 books or movies or anything in the library you can check out. And we have about 1,600 patrons involved in our library. And right now we have 158 books being used. And then we have our December calendar, trying to keep it busy. I've already started, we did yesterday a Christmas project over there at Twisted Steel. And then we have, next Monday, we'll have a Monday movie at 3 o'clock. We'll be on Elemental with free popcorn. So if you get a break, come by and get free popcorn. On Tuesday, we'll have the library Christmas extravaganza. I'm going to read a story of the Christmas owl. And then we'll do some games. We'll have a craft bar, snacks, and different other things for the kids and parents to come in and be involved with. And then the rest of it is that we'll have the library in motion, exercise yoga, and exercise body in motion for the rest of the month. And then we also still have our family story time. We'll have Christmas fun and memories. And don't want to forget our crochet group still meeting and making wonderful stuff. If you want to come check out the crochet stuff at the library, we have angels, we have garland made, and everything else they have presented. And a reminder that we will be closed on Monday, the 25th and the 26th. Yeah, New Year's Eve. Any other questions? All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Misty.
Okay, we'll move to agenda item number 5, which is the approval of minutes of the November 9th regular council meeting and November 30th special council meeting.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. If there are no changes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Move to agenda item number 6, report on financial statements. Mr. Mason?
Mayor, council, I'd like to bring your attention to pages 33 through 42. We do have 4 CDs that are maturing in January, so we'll look at the current rates and then mature and then reinvest them. I'll let you look through the rest of the information there. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer questions.
On page 38, Premier Diesel Services for $25,755. I couldn't read what's next to it.
Backhoe repair.
Okay.
That's a backhoe repair, and we made a claim into insurance, and they paid for the repairs to the backhoe.
Pretty close to a wash.
Good,
We
okay,
should be able to get it out, yeah.
thank you.
Most of the vehicle repairs were just the routine maintenance, which is a good thing.
Thank you, Tim. I do.
I think I know what it is, but I see Texas child support. I know the city has lots of children, but living in it, but what is, that's
It's a payroll deduction.
Payroll deduction, so yeah, we take it from the employees' checks and then turn it over to the state.
very good, thank you.
David, anything else? You're good? Okay. We will move to agenda item number 7, approval of accounts payable and transfer of funds.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. It is open for additional discussion. Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Move to agenda item number 8, discussion and action to extend the banking services agreement with Hill Bank and Trust for 1 year. David?
Mayor, Council, I'd like to skip this item today. I'd like to go out for bids, post it in the newspaper, and put it on the January regular council meeting agenda. And we'll have bids, and then we can go from there.
Is that for like sweep accounts?
These are all of our, for the our banking services, for our checking accounts, for all the accounts.
Okay, good.
It's been 2 years
Right, it's been 2 years.
since we did that,
Well, good.
so we'll be redoing it.
Okay, David will bring that back in January.
Thank you.
We'll move to agenda item number 9, discussion and approval of resolution authorizing approval for the management contract award for the home program through the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs for the approved RSP agreement, home HRA contract 2024-0005.
Okay, this is a resolution authorizing the approval of the management part of our housing, the home program, to Langford Community Management Services for the next 4 years.
I think we've been with them for
We have been,
quite a while.
and we just renewed our contract, and this is the first step. Then we can start approving.
We've had pretty good luck with them.
We have.
Dolores, just education, you know what I'm going to ask you, right? How many? Do you know?
I think it's 22.
22 or 23, somewhere in
I
there.
think it's 22 houses that we have.
A
And we've
great-
got another set of 3 almost ready, so it's great.
Extremely great program that is, they're helping us with. So. You knew I was going to ask, right?
Yeah, I always get it mixed up, exactly.
I would move we approve resolution 07-2023, awarding the management contract for new homes agreement to Langford Community Management Services.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. It's open for additional discussion. Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 10, discussion and action on awarding of bids for fuel purchases for 2024.
Okay, you'll see there's bid tabulation. We only got one bid in, and that was from Patriot Fuel Distributors out of Hallettsville. Last year was our first year with them, and I think Jason is happy with them. So their rate was .6489 above the rack rate.
So is that an increase or is it about the same?
It is an increase of about 20 cents.
20 cents.
It is.
We used to get a bid from Columbus. I guess they're not interested anymore.
Well, they sent in and they said no bid.
How long do we
They
let
sent
this
in the
bid
form.
go for?
It's for a year.
But we
No.
put it open, when did we put it open for bid?
When did we put it open? In November.
November.
We do it every November for the December council meeting. And we send them letters and we put notices in the paper. And emails, certain people want emails.
So because it's quiet, I'm reading, just kind of maybe overanalyzing. Could this be rebid, since I'm kind of getting a feeling y'all didn't like the rate? But it's the only bid that you have.
It's the only bid.
Is it normally only 2 bids?
It's usually 1 or 2 at the max. Cypress hasn't bid for
For years.
several years.
Are we asking yet, or are we just?
We do, we send out a letter to them.
I remember having this conversation last year about that.
Yeah. And we get a lot of like Houston people that ask, but they never can provide a better bid.
And this is who we had last year, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, he's just,
We just had 2, you said, right? We just had 2 bids last year?
no, I'm just saying you guys awarded him
Oh, okay.
a bid last year.
But we
I
usually
think it
get
was
two.
just 1, but
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
think only 1 came in.
I thought Columbus did last year.
Well, Columbus has been going through a change of owners, so they, last year I think we got only 1. But I don't know for sure, but
When is this effective, the first of the year?
yes, January 1st. December 31st.
Well, I can't hardly imagine that anybody any closer would, I mean, you know, they've all been notified.
Somebody want to go by and ask Cypress for a bid yet?
We can, but, yeah, I don't know why they
If he's
don't.
not, if he
If he's
doesn't want
not
to put a bid
interested,
in
I
and you
don't
don't do
think
this,
It's
he
not
may pull
really-
his bid.
You would have to
And you
kind of
know,
rebid it.
To me, if he would have been interested, I think he would have submitted his bid.
So we did have 2 bidders last year. I knew I had this paper somewhere. We did have 2 bidders. Colorado County Oil did bid last year, but they were like .7, so it was like 7 cents higher rate than Patriot. They were .512 and Patriot was .4489.
Probably why everybody else didn't bid. Patriots
Yeah.
did.
I really wouldn't mind somebody reaching out to Cypher to try to support locals. I think that at least give them a shot. You know, maybe he overlooked it. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
but at least give them a shot at it, you know? That way we at least have 2.
But if this goes into effect in January, we'll have a special meeting to resolve that, or?
Well, we have a
we have
meeting
one on the
next
20th.
week.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
I guess we could,
If he would answer between now and then.
Or just call them on the phone.
right?
I think that's fair.
And
Yeah.
then we'll put it on the next, we'll put it on
Cool.
next meeting.
Everybody good with that? Okay. So no action's going to be taken because you've kind of given a different direction, okay? Move to agenda item number 11, discussion and action on agreements with Colorado County Elections to use City Hall for March 5th, 2024 primary election, the May 4th, 2024 local election, the May 28th, 2024 runoff election, and the November 5th, 2024 general election.
Okay, the county is planning ahead to try to, get all of their sites set up for the primary. And then, so they did for the whole year, they want to use the city hall for their early voting as well as for the day of election on each of these.
I would so move.
Okay,
Second.
you got a second.
It's already in.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Open for additional discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Uh,
All opposed? Motion carries. Move to agenda item number 12, discussion and approval of the 2024 city holiday schedule.
I so
Okay,
moved.
normally we give 10 holidays, and these are the same as we've given before.
I so moved.
Same old, same old.
Second?
You didn't add any more.
Yeah.
Stevenson and I, any of them get away. Okay, open for additional discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Move to agenda item number 13, discussion and action on amendment to the 2023-24 budget to purchase a Generac generator, WP number 3, and Bobcat mini excavator.
I make a motion to approve the amendment to 2023-2024 budget for purchase of the Generac generator WP number 3 and Bobcat mini excavator.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Open for additional discussion.
This is all coming out of the equipment fund?
So what's the balance in the equipment fund after all this? You know?
It's a little about $500,000. Well, it's over here, you can look at this.
But, well,
Can somebody elaborate for the people why we had to get the generator?
This is, okay, the generator was to have an emergency backup for our water system. If we would have, out of electricity, so we had a backup to keep the plant working.
And we voted on this because we weren't in compliance, correct?
That's right. TCEQ requires a backup on the water system.
Very good, thank you.
The mini excavator, they did have a 36 months with a 0% interest, so we are going to take advantage of that,
Excellent.
so we don't have to take all the money out.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Who's got it? Jason, would you bring, if anyone has signed up to speak in citizens' presentation? I don't know if anyone wanted to speak on the agenda items either. Thank you, sir. They may not want to, but at least I can read names off of here. So we do have somebody for 15, 14. Gotcha, okay. Citizens' presentation. In accordance with the Texas Attorney General's opinion, any public comment that is made on an item that is not on the posted final agenda will only be heard by the city council. No formal action, discussion, deliberation, or comment will be made by the city council. And Kevin, I think you signed up for citizens' presentation. If you'll step to the podium and please introduce yourself, okay? I'm sorry, instead of Kevin, Mr. Fishback.
Careful now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Kevin Fishbeck, and I come today, unlike some of the times that I've come. I guess the last time I came was last October, a year ago. And I just want to say thank you for your diligence and commend this entire council for your actions over the last several months. Most of you know I've sat on that side as a council member. I've been in your shoes. It's a tough position sometimes when you have to hire top positions in your community. It does not go unnoticed that the citizens of Weimar do recognize your hard work, and we do appreciate it. I think you did your due diligence when you hired an outstanding chief of police. The time that I've seen him and have spent with him, he's been a great addition to our community, and I hope that continues. He represents our city well, and so does his officers. And I appreciate everything that he has brought to our community, and hope that, as I said, continues. I know that you're in the middle of still trying to fill the city manager's position. We went through that. I, along with 3 of you that are still here on this council, about 10, 11 years ago. And it's not something that you just jump and do. It's not something that is a split decision that you can just make automatically. Our neighbors to the north, LaGrange, has been without a city manager for over a year. They had a very good one who left the city to retire. They finally hired one, and he lasted a few months, and after his probation was up, he's gone. I know this week they're in the middle of negotiating with a final choice. It's a process that they do. And I think that's something that we need to take into account. It's not something that you just go into a meeting room, you do a quick interview, and you come out and you say, that's my person. Especially when you have other potential candidates available. I think it needs to be a process where you get all of your people interviewed. Weimar is probably one of the luckiest communities in the area because you've got someone who can run our community, because that person has been here longer than anyone here, and that's Dolores. And we're very fortunate that we have Dolores and that she's agreed to stay on and act as the interim city manager. To me, she is our city manager right now. I would take the interim away because she can answer any question that you have, and she can do anything that she needs to do as far as running the city. And she's got people in place that run their departments. And isn't that what a manager does? It doesn't micromanage. A manager should manage the people that manage their departments. So I commend you. I think you should continue to do your due diligence and find the person that you feel, not that someone tells you should be, because we as citizens elected you to make that decision. And I have full confidence in the members of this council that they will make that decision. Whether it's this week, next month, 2 months down the road, whenever it may be, I feel that you will make the decision that's best for Weimar and its citizens. And once again, thank you for your service. It's not an easy job, and it's service. And I appreciate your time, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Gary, you have number 15 and 16.
I just wanted to make my comments prior to your executive session.
Okay, so this would be number 14, so you can, we're not going to respond back with you, but you can, yep, okay. I'm going to put you down for citizens' presentation, okay? If you'll introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Gary Chernock, and been here before and been a citizen of the community my entire life. And I just want to say that everything Kevin said is absolutely true, that it is a service job, and it's not an easy job, and it's certainly not an easy job to hire a city manager. It's not easy to hire anyone these days. So, but I do have something I'd like to read, and if you would please bear with me, I'll try to keep it short and to the point. Okay. First off, I come before the council today kind of in the role of hopefully a conscientious citizen and not somebody out to throw stones at those that are running the community. But what I want to bring to the attention and see that it goes on the record is that I'd like to inform the council that I believe that by considering McCall Ulrich as a candidate for city manager, son of a sitting councilman, Roy Ulrich, both of whom I have a very high opinion. This is absolutely nothing personal. That the council and the mayor may be in violation of the Texas nepotism laws. And I think that by introducing into the previous council meetings executive session, the resume of McCall Ulrich with his father, Roy Ulrich, still on the council and present through that meeting, that the city council may have already compromised themselves in relation to the nepotism law. What I'd like to do is just read you a couple of excerpts from the Texas TMLC nepotism.
So Gary, do you want to keep those for agenda item number 16?
I can.
Okay, citizens' presentation basically is 3 to 5 minutes, and you might, I'm not sure if you're wanting some response back from council?
Probably do.
Okay,
So-
so, I mean, you can continue now, I'm just want to make sure you're getting what you're.
Well, I think it'd be appropriate if I'd say this before.
Okay.
If I can, and it's just a little bit.
Okay,
It's not much.
absolutely.
Okay, this is posed as a question and answer, and this is written by the TML Assistant General Counsel. And the question is, what relatives of public officials are covered by statutory limitations on relationships by consanguinity, which means blood relation? And in this particular instance, public official relatives related within the first degree of consanguinity include the public official's mother, father, sons, and daughters. Okay. Next question is, what actions must a public official take if he or she has a nepotism conflict? If a governing body member has a nepotism conflict, and in this case the governing body is City Council, neither the governing body nor its members may employ or contract with a close relative of that member unless there is a specific statutory exception allowing such an action. Similarly, if a city manager or other officer who has final hiring authority has a nepotism conflict, the governing body may not appoint or vote for the individual who is the close relative of that city officer unless there is a specific statutory or possibly a city charter exception that allows such an action. State law does not require any specific procedural steps or documentations of a nepotism conflict. And the last thing I just want to read is this question. The question is, may other members of a governing body vote to hire a person who is a close relative of a public official if the official with a nepotism conflict abstains from deliberating and or voting? No. Other members of the governing body may not vote to hire a person who is a close relative of a public official. The abstention of a public official with a nepotism conflict does not relieve the remaining members from the prohibition against hiring a close relative of another public official. And that is per opinion of the Texas Attorney General. So I just wanted that to be in the record, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, and then we'll, after they come back out of the executive session, I'll call you back up for agenda item number 16 if you're still willing to come back up. Okay, oh, you're welcome. Anyone else that didn't sign up, wishes to speak in citizens' presentations and comments?
Sir, I thought I signed up somewhere, but maybe better, I don't know, item number 16, that's what I'm here for.
Yes, sir, I'll put that.
I can wait.
Yes, sir.
Item number 16, it doesn't bother me a bit, but I think I'm on signed up on one of these lists.
I have it, yes, sir.
Okay.
You're Mr. Hay, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have you just didn't, you put city manager, which is, I'm assuming, number 16.
Okay.
Yes, sir, and we're going to executive session unless you want to make a comment here that council's not going to respond back to you, or you want some response back from council, it'll have to wait till 16.
I can wait till 16.
Okay, all good.
I mean, I expect probably you'll have some questions.
Okay.
For me by the time I'm done. maybe.
Okay, all good, excellent. Okay. Anyone else? Okay.
For the record, it says, executive session under section 551.074, personnel, city manager interview. Who are we interviewing?
Who are we interviewing?
McCall,
Over.
y'all had decided at the last meeting.
I'm not going to take part in the executive session.
Okay.
I will not either.
Anybody else? Okay. Under executive session, we'll go into executive session under section, okay, 551.074, personnel, city manager interview. Okay, so if we want to go into the other room, that means you two councilmen and myself, the attorney is not here, Dolores and I, and you guys can make a decision on what you want to do, okay? And then we'll come back out.